We are tonight's entertainment. I only have one question.
Tell me the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek in a sentence.
One has green lasers and one has red lasers.
You make me sick.
Star Wars is the biggest thing in nerd culture right now.
Let's go Star Trek.
It's time for the nerdiest show on the internet.
I know. I checked online.
I'm not sure if anybody has some words to describe the legend that is Kevin Lewis at this time.
A piece of human garbage.
Leave your stupid comments in your pocket.
You're listening to Boyz to Nerdz. And now, here's your host, Kevin Lewis.
Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the November 2015 episode of Boyz to Nerdz. As you can see, we have upped the production budget, so just keep that in mind. We are moving. Today, we have a great show for you. We're going to go over the Spectre. We've seen it. We have thoughts on it. We're going to let you know. We have an interesting theory about Star Wars, so that's something to keep in mind. And we have a fun little Joker-themed game. So stay tuned. We're going to go all over that kind of stuff. And we're going to wrap up with some Suicide Squad talk. So with that being said, welcome. And again, I have Brian with me, Gerald with me, Mark with me, and Steve with me. How is everybody today?
It's a little cold, and I'm very disappointed.
What do you mean, a little cold? It's freezing.
40 degrees out.
Sun's shining, though.
I am not entirely convinced that my male anatomy is not frozen to this chair.
Mine is.
My Star Wars app says it feels like Alderaan outside.
Ugh. What about Hoth? Isn't Hoth colder?
We're not there yet.
Oh, my bad. So, as I mentioned before, Spectre, I've seen it. It is installment 24, I want to say. Yes. Brian, tell me all of your thoughts on Spectre.
I was very excited for this movie going in. Same team, same crew, director, roughly the same cast as Skyfall, which is one of my favorites. I think everybody kind of agrees that that's such a great movie. And having Christoph Waltz just upped it so much. Like, I love everything he does. And I had huge expectations for this going in, and it had just an awesome opening scene. I really loved the Day of the Dead sequence and the helicopter. I thought that was all great. And then from there, it just kind of like fell flat for me. Like, it went up and down. I don't think they used Christoph Waltz as much as they could have. And, overall, I was disappointed in it for sure.
I also saw it. I liked it. Like, I'm not sure what it is. Like, from the moment they started playing the footage, do they still actually play it in like an old school film reel, or do you think they have like upgraded to digital?
Oh, they're on digital.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, they've probably seen Inglourious Bastards and know what could potentially happen. Right. But I loved it. I've seen it's not gotten great reviews. I'm not sure why. Gerald, we were kind of talking last show about how we liked Casino Royale because it got off that formula.
Yeah.
It kind of rebooted it, new look at Bond, everything else.
Yeah.
I will agree, after having seen Spectre, they've kind of gotten back to that formula.
Definitely, yeah.
I've seen all of them. They kind of got a little repetitive. So, you know what I mean? Bond would get, no spoilers here, Bond would get in trouble, would get reprimanded by M, immediately get kicked out of MI6. Has there been a Bond where that doesn't happen?
Yeah. They're like, good job.
It's like, hey, James, thanks for doing your job. It's just, thanks for killing people. I mean, come on. And then, obviously, the main plot happens from there. That's exactly what this movie was. That was my biggest disappointment. I mean, last movie, they introduced Q, they introduced Moneypenny, so we kind of knew they were going to that formula, because that's the things that we were really missing from the previous Bond, Casino Royale, Quantum of, I still say Solace. I think some people say Solace.
They're wrong.
I don't know.
Solace.
I don't know how people could be so wrong about a specific topic, but overall, I think it was a good one. I hope Daniel Craig does one more. I need one more from him.
I agree. I think he looked so bored in this one, though, that I don't think he'll make another one. And, my other criticism of this movie is, like, I feel like it felt so much like a Mission Impossible movie. Like, the fact that Q and M and Moneypenny were, like, part of the team and, like, doing something. Not that they shouldn't be. Like, I like that they were involved, but it felt like they were like a team working together with Bond, and that's just typically not how they've gone.
Moneypenny, not so much, but there have been ones in the past where Q is on the mission with him. What about you, Gerald? What were your thoughts?
I thought it was good overall. I thought Christoph Waltz did a good job, although he was underutilized. I thought Batista was underutilized as well.
He was great.
I thought he was more utilized than he needed to be. How boring of a guy. Like,
Well, they didn't let him say anything.
why doesn't he trim his thumbnails? That's all I want to know. I'm not getting into any
Well,
spoilers.
I want to know
Spoilers,
about
man.
that too. Like the metal thumbnails he had. What happened there?
That's the thing. They didn't tell us enough, which why if they do another one, I just hope they do one more. That's all I have to say.
I'd like to see one more.
One freaking more, Craig.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, we're doing our ratings based on Robins. I would give it a 3.5, so someone in between Damien and Carrie.
I give it a Carrie Kelly. Definitely Carrie Kelly.
Wow, it's a strong 5,
If,
Kevin.
if we're going off I thought Damien was 5. I thought Carrie Kelly was 4.
Well, in chronological order, Carrie
what
would've-
what does that mean?
Batman would have been like 50 at that time.
Well, how old is? Okay, I'm not transitioning.
We're gonna go down a terrible path with that.
How
one.
old is Batman? Like for real? Okay, just think about it. He starts being
28.
Batman probably in his 25, right? And then he does that for a while, and then he gets a Robin. Just one. He does one at a time, and then it escalates to the point where Robin becomes Nightwing. One Robin's kind of dead. Another Robin is now a girl, which is cool. And then the last Robin is his son. Like, how old is Batman? Like, does anybody know? Is this guy like 90?
He's 100 years old.
I mean, does he have like an Albus Dumbledore effect going on where he's just like 9,000 years old?
Well, he's a billionaire. He can live forever.
Let's not forget about Batman Beyond either.
Ooh.
Let's think about
Good call.
that's
Love
a good
that.
point where money can make you last longer. Just look at Magic Johnson. With that being said, I liked Spectre. I thought it was good. Like I said, please, I'm begging you, Daniel Craig, one more, just one.
And
not
then
gonna
Carrot Top, you can be our next.
I don't care who plays it after.
One other thing that I liked about the movie was how they connected all the other movies together.
Oh,
I liked it, but I felt like they were just hammering over the head with it. Like, how many times did we have to get like the? I'm not gonna obviously no spoilers,
Yeah.
but how many times are they gonna force that down my throat? Like, I loved the fact that they did it, but they were just like hammering it home. Like, remember those first 3 movies? Because we do.
Remember those last few reunions we had with an objective at the end? I do want to talk about Star Wars. Star Wars, biggest movie. We talked about it all last show. And guess what? We're going to talk about it again. You're going to like it. Coming out, what are we? How exactly far are we?
25 days, 10 hours, 35 minutes, and 4 seconds away.
Did you just make that up, or do you have like a countdown?
Oh, I have a countdown.
Like an internal clock countdown? Like every time.
Based on the rhythms of my heart.
Now, there's an interesting theory out there, Steve. Something that you brought to my attention.
Yes.
I want to learn a little bit more about that. Teach me about your brain and your thoughts.
Well, there's a theory that I myself, and I know we talked about it a little bit, but I'm not sure how much of you or how many of you guys feel the same way. But the theory is that whether that be during the end of the Jedi or after the Jedi, that he turns to the dark side. Now, that poses a big question and a huge plot twist potentially for this new movie and what could be, the next, coming movies. And that's personally what I think, is that Luke turned to the dark side at the end of Episode 6, and he is involved, with Kylo being this new leader on the dark side, a representative of the dark side, if you will. I don't necessarily think he is Kylo Ren, even though some people are speculating that, and that they're just using Kylo, the actor that's cast as him, as almost a cover. So technically, yes, he is playing Kylo in uniform, but in reality, that is Luke Skywalker. I don't necessarily believe that, but I do believe that Luke turned to the dark side, and as a result, we now have Kylo Ren.
Steve, I like you. I typically respect your opinions for the most part. I could not agree with you less. There is absolutely no way in God's given hell, or he did that, right? He was responsible for that? I can't remember. Anyway, there's no way Luke turned to the dark side. Everything that I would have known and believed as a child would be dead.
Yeah. I totally
Why do
agree,
you-
Kevin.
why
It is reported that that was
Yes.
supposed to be the original ending of Episode 6, was Luke turning to the dark side.
Yes.
And whether or not they actually did that or not, I guess we will find out. But he's not in any of the trailers. They haven't made any action figures of him yet. He's not on the poster. Where is Luke? And I think that is because he's now part of the dark side and they don't want to reveal some big plot twist.
Listen, just because a guy wears black dark clothes does not mean he's on the dark side. Maybe he just has a tailor that he likes. Have you ever thought about that, Steve?
He's undercover. Maybe he's undercover.
I know. Like, there's so many explanations to why he's not there.
Right.
Think about the Jedi. Jedi tend to not be very social people. I mean,
Obi-Wan lived in a hut for like 40 years.
let's be honest. Yoda, I mean, I think his best friend was a snake. The thing about Luke is that I'm sure, in the mild spoilers, these are just theories. I don't know J.J. Abrams. We've really lost touch over the last few years. But the thing about Luke is, I guarantee you, he's in either hiding or he's sad. I feel as sad Luke Skywalker in the upcoming movie, and probably had a Padawan. Didn't turn out how he wanted it to be, a.k.a. Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Mark, what do you think?
I will say this. Everything that the canon of Star Wars was thrown out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Everything outside of the original trilogy and the Clone Wars show and the animated movie and all that, those are in the canon now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in comics, video games, novellas, whatever, that's gone. And originally, there were books depicting Luke going to the dark side. So, yeah, tragedy struck the family once again. So, could it go either way, I believe? Yeah, I think so. I really think so. I agree that maybe Luke going to the dark side would be really cool. And if anybody found out about that, I feel like not that many people would see the movie because we live in an age where spoilers and all that could ruin something. And Star Wars is so precious that I don't blame JJ for keeping it under lock and key. But do I also think that there could be a reality where Luke trained whoever Kylo Ren is, if that's his real name or whatever, and he turned to the dark side and he's in hiding? Yeah, I really think it could go either way, but I'm excited.
Yeah, Kevin, I know we were talking about this, and one thing that I really wanted to mention is that there was leaked spy footage of Luke in Jedi robes. Now, my theory is that those were from like a flashback to when he was training Kylo. So after Jedi, he adopts the Jedi way and is taking on Kylo Ren as a Padawan. And I think they're not showing him now because I think, obviously, to go off your theory, Kevin, that something went wrong and that now that like there may have been a fight with them and that now he's like scarred. Like there's something wrong with his face. Maybe he lost another limb, but like he's ashamed to come out. He's in hiding because he's
superficial Luke.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my theory.
Also, it is worth mentioning that he was spotted on the set of Star Wars 8.
Yes.
Here's and this is how they're going to do it. Bottom line, he's not going to be in Episode 7. He's going to be mentioned. They're going to, talk about him. He's going to show up at the very end.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree.
It's going to be straight up Yoda. He's not going to have a prominent role until Episode 8. Guarantee it. Put $20 on it. You've heard me here now, world. Mark Hamill will have like 3 minutes of airtime in Episode 7.
I will take you up on that because he is the third listed star in that movie.
Where are you going? IMDb?
No, on the poster.
The poster.
The third listed name.
How accurate are posters these days? I mean, these are for childhood rooms. I mean, I don't see how relevant that is. I'm guaranteeing you right now, 3 minutes of airtime. 3. And there's no way he's Kylo Ren. None. Gerald?
I don't think he's going to be going to the dark side. I do hope that it is something. I mean, obviously we're trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's something that completely out of left field. Nobody can even figure it out because last J.J. Abrams movie, Star Trek Into Darkness,
Everybody figured it out.
knew
That was Khan.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Spoiler
was
alert.
Khan. Yeah.
I didn't know. Like, I wasn't a big Star Trek fan, and I was watching. I was like, where are they going with this? And then they're like, oh, it's Khan. And I was like, why is that such a big deal? It's like,
Who's Khan?
what the hell is this guy? Like, people are like crying about this. Like, is he like Jim's cousin or something? Like, who is this guy?
Well, because it's a new property, I agree with you, Gerald. I hope it's something new. I hope it's something out of left field. And I really hope we're all surprised.
I'll just conclude with this. Look at the Huffington Post article about Luke turning to the dark side. This is what kind of confirmed up my theory on this. It has a very good argument. And I'm not going to take the time to waste a bunch of breath on it, just repeating a bunch of information that's in that article. But if you go to the Huffington Post and look up the article about Luke turning to the dark side, it validates my argument very well. And I'm just going to say that, and I guess we'll find out on December 17th.
Well, Huffington Post is right up there with CNN. He does bring a good point. Now, we decided to play a fun little game.
In honor of Mark Hamill.
Do you guys like Batman? I'm not sure. I'm just reading the room right now. I can't tell. Do we have Batman fans here?
Of course. I
love
love
Batman.
Batman.
Oh, oops. Sorry, I didn't know. But my favorite version of Batman is the animated series. Not sure about you guys. I'm under the strict impression that that is the only way to do Batman justice is through print,
George Clooney.
and animation.
George Clooney.
Bad
Brian and I
nipples.
do have a screenplay in the works right now of a direct sequel to Batman and Robin.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, what is George Clooney doing these days? Like, could we probably get him for cheap? So that is in the works, but I love Batman. With that being said, I'm not a huge Joker fan. I think the Joker is possibly the most overrated villain in the history of comics.
So wrong.
I think you're the most
Disgrace.
overrated villain of all time, Kevin
Talk about
Lewis.
just pure overrated, overused, just everything. He's a clown. I like Harley Quinn more than I like the Joker.
Well, I like Harley Quinn better than the Joker,
It's not
too.
because she's an attractive animated lady either. That has nothing to do with it.
I like my ladies like I like my cartoons. Drawn up and
Drawn up with a nice color palette.
yeah.
But when I think of the Joker, if I have to talk about this overused, terrible villain, I think of the Mark Hamill adaptation. He's the only way to do it.
Best one.
Heath Ledger, it is what it is. People love him. They praise him. That's their Joker. That's fine. Not me, though. It's Mark Hamill. So I thought, hey, let's take a Joker laugh from Mark Hamill and let's try to not necessarily emulate it per se, but let's see what we could come up with. So, Steve, do you have those ready to go?
Of course I do.
All right.
So that's the one that we're going to try to emulate.
That was mine, right?
Sounded just like it.
Let's hear that one more time, and then we'll go through and, I guess, just say who each person's is, and we're voting to see who's going to have the best one, correct?
We're going to vote, and the person who has the last one is going to be thrown out of the window. So, high stakes.
I know what one
I'll just
putting
get ready
last.
now.
We're off the show.
You're out.
All right, so this is the one we're trying to emulate again, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's in this contest.
That was the easiest one, too. I was searching for one to find. Good luck trying to do that. That guy is a master.
It's really difficult.
We'll just play it, and then at the end we'll vote for whose is the best. Obviously, don't vote for your own.
Well, what if I'm the best, which I foresee happening? I mean, come on.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Was that a mating call?
Sounded like a bird.
Well,
All right, so this is person number one. Let's try it again.
I like it.
A little bit of monkey in there.
A little bit of orangutan. There was some wild thornberry viewing this weekend.
All right, so that was person number one. Now let's jump over to person number two.
I already know who it is, and I hate it.
Oh, do you?
I hate everything about that person. Just, I already know who I'm chucking out the window.
All right, let's play this one more time.
Sounds nasally.
Sounds very Majora's Mask. You know that little fairy tingle or whatever that would say the maps? That's what that sounds like. Like just straight up, and I don't mean this like in a negative way, but like straight up like Zelda fairy. Like
What a
I thought that was
depressing
Donkey
game.
Kong.
All right, person number three.
Joker with emphysema.
One more time.
Sound like you're wheezing, whoever that is.
Very high.
I like it though. Where do people record these? Like, did they do it on an airplane? Like, this might be an appropriate place to record audio.
All right, person number four.
I don't know how I feel right now. There's a weird feeling taking over my body. I'm not sure what it is. Like, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know.
You see, when a man loves a woman,
All right, play this one more time.
I kind of like that one. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, and lastly, person number 5.
Sounds like a toucan. Toucans are actual things, right? Like Frosted Flakes, not Frosted Flakes. What are they?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. They didn't like make up that majestic animal, right?
Yeah, toucans are real.
I
Are
believe
you sure?
they're
I've
real.
never seen one. Like, is this like a big ploy? Like,
I did a project on it.
It's
in
because
third
they're
grade.
all in the
They're
Fruit
real.
Loops.
are you gonna tell me tigers with scarves are real too next?
I have a baseball sign by Tony the Tiger.
That guy died. They replaced him. Nobody knows but me. I actually got a call back.
All right, let's play the last one more time. All right.
Sounds like somebody paid a child to do that for them.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was the whole thing? It's just like, hey, what are your nephews up to this tomorrow? Hey, here's $5. It's apparently not appropriate to offer candy to children anymore.
No, you can't do that anymore.
We've passed that point of history. We have to give them money. Let's play them one more time, but this time let's reveal who they are. Take notes. Who do you like best? Hey, if you're at home, take notes who you like best. Let us know if they suck. Honestly, like if they're bad, tell us. But let's go around one more time. This time, reveal who they are.
All right, starting with the original, Mark Hamill.
Was that Mark Hamill?
Maybe.
We'll never know.
I thought it, yeah.
All right, so person number 1 was Kevin Lewis.
Yeah.
Is that how you laugh all the time?
I don't show it off much, just when I have a deep belly laugh.
You should never show it off ever.
It's actually helped me with quite a few ladies.
Don't ever laugh.
Just so you know.
Person number 2, Gerald.
Your mom doesn't count.
She doesn't? That's the... I like that one.
That was Gerald. Person number 3, Brian. Person number 4, myself.
I still don't know how I feel. It's still in me.
And person number 5, Mark.
Well, I know who my vote's for. A lot of you did a great job. I did not. I didn't realize that this was a Joker competition, apparently. But let us know.
It wasn't your idea.
Let us know who you guys want to vote for, at home, right on the Facebook. We have one of those. Let's utilize it. Let us know who the worst and who the best is. I think there honestly should be a punishment for the worst one. So let us know on social media, who do you guys think should be punished? We'll do that next show. I don't know. What's your vote, Mark?
I vote Steve.
Vote Steve. So that's one for Steve.
I'm going to go with Steve, too.
Steve. I feel like there was some money changed hands earlier. Not just to little teenage boys, which are our nephews. Gerald?
I'm going to vote for Mark. Has made me laugh.
Whoa!
Steve, who do you vote for?
I vote for Mark as well.
Well, just to be a dick, 'cause I could break this tiebreaker. I really could, but that's just not me. I'm voting for Gerald. So we officially have a tie. So please, if you're on our social media, let us know, because there will be a serious punishment next time of who has the worst one. So keep that in mind.
And that's either yourself or Brian.
Well,
So I think that the 3 of us
No.
get to come up with the punishment.
that's not necessarily true, because if people want to vote, we count their votes along with ours. So it could be anybody, Steve.
Don't get your hopes up.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been stapled before?
Stabled or stapled?
This is a good point. Which one would be worse?
We'll never
This
know.
is part of the show where Kevin says a word and he mispronounces it and forgets if that's the actual way to pronounce it or not.
I've never done that before. That's not me at all. All right.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
I think it's time to talk about Suicide Squad. I'm excited for Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie, not only a great actress, but she has a very well-formed face, if you know what I mean. I like her. Enchantress is going to be in it. I thought for the longest time Tom Hardy was in it as Captain Boomerang. Apparently, I was dead wrong and just stupid.
He was supposed to be in it originally.
Who was he supposed to play?
Rick Flag.
Rick Flag, yeah.
That means nothing to me. Who is that?
Exactly.
Nobody
You
cares.
call yourself a nerd.
When I think of Rick Flag, I think of like she's a brick house. Is that like along the same lines? No? Okay. But Suicide Squad is going to be coming out soon. I cannot wait. I want to see the Joker, even though I was just going off earlier that I freaking hate the Joker. But I want to see the Joker with some ink. So, Brian, why don't you tell me? I'm just seeing an appropriate look in your face based on your feelings. Why don't you tell me everything you feel about Suicide
I feel
Squad?
so strongly that this movie is going to suck.
Why?
Okay, we got Harley Quinn, Enchantress, Deadshot, Joker, Captain Boomerang, Amanda Waller, Rick Flag, Slipknot, Killer Croc, and Tattooed Man.
Wait a minute. Slipknot's doing the soundtrack of this movie?
Yeah, exactly.
How did they get them?
Does anybody care about any of those characters except for Joker?
I care about
Honestly.
Harley Quinn. I've never seen her done in a live action.
Killer Croc, too.
What's
I'm excited for Killer
Gerald,
Croc.
pronounce the actor's name who plays Killer Croc. Go.
Aquino Aniwi Agbaje.
Crap. How did he know this? How did you get that? I'm very excited for the movie. I want to see Harley Quinn. I want to see the Joker. I want to see Batman. Because you got to remember, Batman's going to be in it briefly.
He's going to make a cameo, and I'm sure that'll make some people happy. But this movie, just overall, from everything they've released so far, I just think it looks so awful. Like, I don't agree with the direction they're going with, and I know that obviously it's a new interpretation, but I just don't feel like any of those characters, you know, are that image that they've been showing. And I just think that all of them together, I just don't think anybody's going to care.
It is a little jam-packed. I hope they keep that in mind. I like the Avengers too. There are a lot of characters. I thought in my opinion, they spread the screen time out pretty well. They got to keep that in mind, or they're gonna have to kill people off. Bottom line.
I'm sure looking at it, kind of looks like it's going to be a darker movie, so I'm sure there will be some characters.
They've
killed
got
off.
to.
Oh, no doubt.
There was this animated movie, and I'm transitioning a little bit, but it was called, I forget what it's called, but it was one of those Batman movies. It's Arkham-based, and it's pretty much the Suicide Squad has to break in to Arkham Asylum, and it was really cool because that's exactly what they did. They killed them off, and that's the only way I see them doing it because we have 9 to 10 characters, 3 of which who we care about. And I hate Will Smith. I'll say it right now. Will Smith is the worst thing to happen to this country
How
since
dare you?
since Ronald Reagan.
How
Was
do
he
you
bad?
how do you not love Hitch the movie?
He saved us from the aliens in Independence Day.
He also is apparently a Star Wars fan since he labeled his space program that. But that's irrelevant. I hate Will Smith. Just by watching the trailer, I noticed that Will Smith is there for one reason and one reason only. Cheap one-liners. He is the Black Widow of the DC universe, apparently. So I cannot stand Will Smith. He's going to ruin the movie for me. Gerald?
I think he's going to be one of the main characters too. And
I know.
I'm not very excited for his casting either. But overall, I think the movie is going to be just okay for me.
Do you want to know who would have been a great casting choice for, is it Bullseye? Deadshot? Same thing.
Deadshot,
Deadshot,
yeah.
yeah.
Ben Affleck.
And Affleck. I think he's doing something else.
Is he busy? Why didn't we call him? Mark, tell me, come on, agree with me. It's going to be good, right? It's going to be the best movie you've ever seen.
I feel like it's going to be a solid movie next year. I think there will be a little bit too much emphasis on Will Smith and his character and all that. I do think that Margot Robbie is going to knock it out of the park. I think Jared Leto is going to be great, and I think it will be a solid movie. I also think that this is also a make or break movie for DC because everybody and their mother is going to watch Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice next March. But like where Marvel is going with Doctor Strange and Inhumans and all that, Suicide Squad could be a make or break because can they do these weird, obscure characters? You know what I mean?
Well, Mark, I think one of the big draws for that movie is the Joker. Everybody loves the Joker except for Kevin Lewis.
Almost as bad as Guardians of the
And
Galaxy.
I think that's one of
shut
the
up.
reasons that they have him in the movie is to have these characters, become more recognizable.
Oh, no doubt. That's also one thing. I have no idea what Joker's role is in this movie because he's not like seen with the squad in the trailer. So what's he up to? I don't really know.
Well, okay, now this just might be me trying to dig for plot twists again, but I'm under the impression that the Batman vs. Superman movie and the Suicide Squad are actually going to be sequels to
Oh, here we go.
the Christopher Nolan trilogy.
Oh, Steve.
Now, Christopher Nolan was
this
part
theory.
of production in these movies, and I think that they're going to tie them in. There's been a lot of fan rumors and everything about who is this Joker. Is this the standard Joker that we know, or maybe this is Jason Todd? You know, and there's been a lot of clues and fan speculation on it. Some of them, yes, they are, you know, stretching a lot for this, but I think that that would make for a very interesting story. And that this Ben Affleck, he's not Bruce Wayne. Yes, he is Batman, but he's not the Bruce Wayne Batman. There's some fan theories that think that he might be Deathstroke. When Deathstroke was Batman for a time. Remember in the comics, Deathstroke as Batman, he would carry around a sword, and there is a sword shown in the battle scene for Batman vs. Superman. And I think that this might be a tie-in to something along those lines. Now, am I jumping board completely and saying, oh yeah, like this whole theory is exactly what the movie's going to be? No, but I think that it's going to be very intriguing. You know, I don't think I have more trust in DC and the creators of the movies than what you guys are giving them credit for.
I just want to update everybody. We're 25 days, 10 hours, 11 minutes, and 30 seconds away.
Steve, here's the thing about Batman. I disagree. Where is Joker? Okay, if Jason Todd is this theoretical new Joker, where is the original Joker? Answer me that.
Well, I don't know. That's in this is in the past. I'm sure that they'll explain it.
They better. I'm like sitting here putting this movie's gonna be awesome.
I honestly think that if they go that route, like I've heard that theory, I think it's an interesting theory, but if they do that, they will alienate literally every audience member that isn't a hardcore nerd. Everybody will be like, wait, he's not Bruce Wayne, then who is he? Like, he's Batman, but like...
I think this is pure fan speculation. I'm telling you right now, don't be fooled by it. Don't go into it thinking that way. Just enjoy it for what it is. It's Batman. It has nothing to do with the Nolan universe. Don't even think that way. Because I don't want it to be ruined for you, because I'm a big supporter of this. I can't wait to see it, honestly.
And war never changes.
Mark, I want to talk to you about something right now.
Yo, lay it on me.
You're a video gamer.
We try.
You like video games. I like video games. I lounge around.
I like to dabble between the X, A, Y, and B buttons, and sometimes the right bumper from time to time.
The funny thing is that it might vary between what system
and
you're
sometimes
on.
I like to push in the left analog stick oh so gently.
Mark plays a lot of Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Huge releases. Fallout 4 came out.
Fallout 4 came out,
Halo
and
came
so
out.
did Halo 5 Guardians.
Now, you've had a chance to play them.
I did. I got a chance to play both.
Now, Fallout 4 is all over the internet. It's the only thing I've seen. It's on Reddit.
There are so many videos.
I'll be honest with you.
It's unreal.
That's the only place I've looked. So that's where all my information is coming from. But it's on Reddit. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I don't have a next-gen system. I want to play it, Mark. Tell me about your experiences so I can mooch off of your joy.
And can you explain to me what Fallout even is?
Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't know.
absolutely.
All right.
No idea.
Fallout is a post-apocalyptic
It's a 2004 band. We're made famous by Under the Cork Tree.
emo punk pop ska crossover band. No, Fallout is a game. It's an open world RPG where it's after the apocalypse. In the Fallout universe, in the brief skim overview, 1950s, bombs went off, countries going at war with each other, bombs going off everywhere. Fallout 3, 2, Tactics did different stories. Fallout 4 is set in the apocalyptic wasteland of Boston.
So just modern Boston.
Just modern day yet retro 1950s
Fenway Park in it?
Boston. Yes, I mean a lot of the classic landmarks from Boston and across like Commonwealth, as it's referred to in the game, it's just massive. It's a gorgeous game. After playing Fallout 3 was very green.
I liked Fallout
and
3.
brown
A lot
and
of
yellow. I love Fallout 3, but it was just very green.
A lot of tunnels on Fallout 3.
A
Like
lot
you
of
had to go to the
tunnels.
subway to get everywhere, and it's just like, dude, I don't like public or support public transportation. I just want to walk.
Mark, do you have to play Fallout 1 through 3 before you play 4?
No. The great thing about Fallout is that all the games, while they touch on each other in a different way.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Bad touch, good touch. Fallout 4 is a different story. Do they refer to some things? Yeah, but they're so minuscule. You don't have to play.
Is it worth checking out then? Let me
Yes.
hear your thoughts. Is it worth buying? If I go out and get an Xbox One, should I buy it?
How many
Yes.
Robins?
How many Robins do you get?
I will give it 4.8 Robins.
What is
Wow.
that? What does that mean?
I don't know what.
Do we round up or down?
I only know.
A Dick Grayson and a dead Jason Todd.
What, is he dead?
What's funny is that I don't know all of these Robins. I just know Chris O'Donnell.
Ooh, we should make a Chris O'Donnell. Let's make it out
That's
of...
for the best things ever. That's 6 Robins.
That is a 6. Are we giving it a 6?
I mean, we could.
What
but-
about a Marlon Wayans? Wasn't he supposed to be cast in Batman Returns?
Guys, whatever 4.8 is, whatever that Robin is, we'll stick with that.
Now, I've never been a big Halo fan. I know there's aliens, and you shoot them with very ineffective weapons over
you have no taste,
and
Kevin
over
Lewis.
and over again. And it's a very boring game. I don't like it. I
You
hate
don't like it? I don't like you.
But you've played Halo. Is it 7 now?
It's 9.
9?
It's actually 5.
5. Tell me about Halo 5. Like I said, blowing up the sales. That's all anybody's talking about.
Touching on Halo 5 Guardians briefly, before that, spoiler alert, Cortana dies at the end of Fallout 4. No, not Fallout 4. Halo
Mark,
4.
Get out. Just get out of
Bye.
Just get out
Bye,
of
everyone.
Just get out.
She's still on my Windows 10 though.
Yeah, she died, but she's on the Windows devices. But at the end of Halo 4, Cortana dies. Master Chief, he's at a little bit of a loss. He doesn't know what to do because the last 4 games, he had this person in his head, his only friend pretty much. Halo 5, where is Master Chief? He is missing, and then Spartan Locke goes out to get him. I won't go into that, but it is the best playing Halo game. It is the best looking Halo game. The multiplayer is phenomenal. It's fantastic. The story-wise, though, I was a little bit gypped out on. It felt like a precursor to whatever Halo 6 will eventually be.
Let me ask you a question, Mark.
Yeah,
And I want a serious answer.
sure.
Do
We'll
you
see.
do you think Cortana ever talked dirty to Master Chief at night? I mean, those military boys, they need company.
I don't doubt it. She probably set a waypoint for their meetups on his helmet.
I'm just saying, that's what I would want out of my AI.
I mean, if I were an AI stuck in someone's head, I'd be bored too.
So those are huge games. I want to check them out. Everyone should check them out. Let us know what you think. Gerald, it's that time. We're introducing a new segment since I appreciate Gerald's thoughts. So in 3 words or less, Gerald, why don't you recap today's show?
Pork chop sandwiches.
And that's all I can ask from everybody. Well, this has been Boyz to Nerds, the November 2015 episode. Make sure to check us out on Facebook. Again, let us know who had the best, worst Joker laugh. We will have a punishment. Next episode, we're definitely going to be talking about Star Wars. Like, is there anything else to talk about? But until then, check us out on Facebook. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you later. Bye.